Hey folks, I have a fascinating psychology question for you, and your answer could reveal a lot about how we perceive the world. Imagine this: you own a train company that operates between the bustling cities of London and Paris. For years, travelers have relied on your trains to journey between these iconic destinations. But now, there's a twist. Suddenly, more people are opting to fly because it's quicker. To reclaim your business, you have three intriguing options. What will you do? The first option is to reduce the travel time from London to Paris, which currently takes 3 hours and 20 minutes. You have $8 billion to invest, which can reduce the travel time by 40 minutes. The second option is to accept that airlines are becoming more popular, and people will continue to fly. The third option is to apply psychological principles to increase your business without significant spending. Which option would you choose? This example isn't hypothetical. It actually happened. In 2009, a company named Aristine faced a similar issue. They operated between London and Paris, but saw a decline in business as more people chose to fly. They invested $8 billion in new tracks, reducing the travel time by 40 minutes, but this did not yield significant results. Eventually, they introduced Wi-Fi on their trains. This addition made the journey more enjoyable, as people could use the internet, making the long travel time feel shorter. As you may have noticed, our perception of time can be quite relative. When we're engaged in enjoyable activities, time seems to fly by. Conversely, during boring activities, even a short period can feel like an eternity. For instance, playing games with friends makes hours pass quickly, while boring lectures or exam periods feel endless. This phenomenon is rooted in psychology. Enjoyable activities make us perceive time as moving faster, while dull activities make it drag. Businesses often leverage this understanding. Companies like Uber Eats, Ola, and Lyft display waiting times, which helps reduce customer anxiety, even though the actual waiting time remains unchanged. These are examples of psychological strategies that can make life easier. You might call them dark psychological tricks, because they can be used to influence behavior in subtle ways. Psychology can serve as both a shield and a sword, protecting you from others and aiding you in various situations. Let's explore 5 fundamental principles of psychology that offer tricks and hacks for improving your life or advancing forward. Are you ready? Similar to the first question, I'll pose 4 more questions. So comment your score afterward and let me know how many correct answers you got. Now, on to the second question. Picture 19th century Hanoi under French colonial rule, dealing with a rampant rat infestation. Do you think this idea would effectively reduce the rat problem, incentivizing citizens to catch rats and exchange them for rewards from the government? Is it a good strategy? Interestingly, in the 19th century, a similar approach was implemented, where the government paid for dead rats. While many rats were indeed caught, something unexpected happened. Can you guess what? People started breeding rats themselves to profit from the rewards. This unintended consequence illustrates a psychological principle known as incentive super-response tendency. When people become overly focused on rewards, they may engage in unethical behaviors. A comparable scenario occurred in 1947 with the discovery of the Dead Sea Scrolls, revered for their sacredness. When archaeologists announced rewards for anyone who brought in scrolls, some individuals deliberately tore them into pieces to claim more rewards. Similarly, in 19th century China, rewards were offered for dinosaur bones, leading people to intentionally damage the bones for greater profit. These instances highlight a psychological lesson. Excessive emphasis on incentives can lead to counterproductive behaviors. Therefore, it's crucial not to overly rely on incentives when motivating or managing tasks, as it may result in unintended negative outcomes. Let's move on to the third question. For instance, consider 2 brothers who own a grocery store. Customers visit them to purchase groceries such as rice, sugar, and more. Now, what does the first brother do? For example, if someone asks for 1 kilo of sugar, he adds 1 kilo and 100 grams of sugar, then removes 100 grams, packs it, and hands it over. In contrast, the second brother does the opposite. He starts with 900 grams of sugar, adds 100 grams, packs it, and gives it. Now, which of these 2 brothers' shops do you think will be more popular? According to psychology, the second brother's shop will likely be more popular due to a psychological principle known as the decoy effect or loss aversion. Let's delve into the reason behind this. Often when someone gives you something and then takes it away, You feel worse than if they had simply given you less initially and then added more. Human psychology tends to value what is taken away more than what is given initially. Therefore, the brother who initially gives more and then takes away some, like more rice, is psychologically less appealing compared to the one who starts with less and adds more. This principle extends beyond groceries. For instance, as a business owner, if you start by offering a lower salary and then increase it, employees tend to feel positive. Conversely, if you start with a higher salary and then decrease it, employees typically feel disappointed. Understanding this aspect of psychology can be beneficial for personal gain or to mitigate potential losses. Now, let's address the fourth question. For instance, suppose you are a passionate football fan and your favorite footballer has recently retired to enter politics. What do you think about the likelihood of your favorite footballer being a good or bad politician? If you lean towards the belief that they will be a good politician, there's a significant psychological phenomenon at play known as the halo effect. This effect suggests that our positive impression of someone in one aspect, like their football skills, leads us to attribute other positive qualities to them, such as intelligence or charisma, whether or not these qualities are evident. It's important to recognize that excelling in one field, such as football or acting, does not necessarily translate to success in politics. The halo effect, however, tends to bias us towards believing otherwise, that because we admire someone in one role, they will excel in another. This bias is a psychological concept that should be approached cautiously. Rather than letting it cloud our judgment, we can use awareness of it to make more informed decisions in life. Let's move on to the fifth question. For instance, imagine you want to have a conversation with someone, particularly a girl, about something important. You have two choices. You can either talk to her face-to-face or sit next to her and talk. Which option would you choose, A or B? According to Heron Fisher's research, there is a psychological concept known as anchoring gaze. This concept suggests that when women converse with each other, they prefer face-to-face communication. This inclination stems from their historical role in nurturing, where eye contact was essential for childcare over thousands of years. Therefore, face-to-face conversation feels natural to them. In contrast, this behavior was not as prominent among males historically. Men engaged in hunting activities needed to maintain vigilance in multiple directions to ensure their safety or identify prey. Consequently, they often conversed without sustained eye contact, looking around frequently. Based on this psychological principle, if you wish to communicate effectively with girls, making direct eye contact during face-to-face conversation is preferable. On the other hand, when conversing with boys, it's acceptable to sit beside them without making eye contact. However, this distinction can create issues because women generally expect face-to-face interaction when communicating, while men may avoid prolonged eye contact, especially in serious conversations. I have observed this pattern in my own experiences. According to psychology, it would be beneficial to reverse these tendencies for better interaction with the opposite sex. Alright, in this video, I've presented various concepts in a Q&A style, all of which are from the insightful book The Art of Thinking Clearly by Rolf Dobelli. The book covers a total of 99 fallacies and psychological concepts. If you're interested in more psychological insights like these, please leave a comment to let me know. If this video reaches 1,000 likes, I'll prepare another one on this topic for next week. Sounds good? Then please hit the subscribe button and press the bell icon for more intriguing content on the way. That's all for now. See you in the next video. Bye.